Hi, welcome to Laura's View and Tarot 2. I am so glad you're here. Today's date is Sunday, December 3rd, 2023. In this video, we're going to take a look at Roseanne Barr and see if the universe has some insights for us, because a recent Instagram photo of hers caused a lot of comment. Now, to be clear, this was part of a who wore it better type of humorous thing. And I couldn't find the other party. It was Kim Kardashian. My eyes were bleeding. I looked at pictures trying to find the outfit Kim wore that Roseanne was having fun with in this photo. But other elements of the photo have caused a lot of chatter in alt media. And I thought I'd share some of that chatter with you, and let's just see what the universe wants us to know about the person seen in the public eye these days as Roseanne Barr. 1 second while I go to a compilation I've got for you. If you're interested in it, you can access it by clicking on the Facebook link that'll be in the bottom of this video, or just simply note where I've found some sources and this information, okay? 1 second while I change the screen here and share. Okay, here is the photo. Again, to be clear, this is supposed to be humorous. Roseanne was doing a who wore it better thing here. This wasn't something she put out all by herself. Okay, but like I said, I couldn't find the comparison pic to share with you, and I looked for a long time. Now, there were some good comments. I've got the link to the Twitter post where I found this, okay? And I thought it was just kind of interesting to note that Roseanne has in the past given very clear signs and indication that she was a member of the club. Okay, now, she's also an Eastern Star daughter, female Mason. She wears the ring. It may have been her mother's ring, but I do know too that if her mother was an Eastern Star, that would automatically make her eligible to be one also. There were comments that were done about the background of this photo. The checkerboard squares, which is another nod to a Masonic symbolism and mind control. And then the fact that the sunglasses here mimic some of the symbols that are seen with the FBI logos. And, oh gosh, let's see what else we have. Another thing, she recently interviewed Jack Pozzo. In the background here, she still displays quite proudly her picture with HRC. Now, let's be fair. She has been photographed numerous times with our 45th president. She is making a lot of comments about the deep state and things like that, and really speaking out conservatively now, although in the past she was quite liberal. Now, she also got canceled by Hollywood for speaking out about some of the shenanigans going on there. So that's why I thought this is a great idea to have a tarot read about this, because I'm a little conflicted here. The Roseanne we see nowadays seems to be patriotic, seems to be conservative, and speaks out quite well against shenanigans, deep state annex, things like that. So no matter what she's been at the moment, she is seems to be a real positive force for conservative values and changing things so that there's less shenanigans in the world. And I'd like to take her at face value for that. But like I said, in the past, she's had been associated with a lot of symbolisms, and she did get, before she supposedly, this could be one of those long game things, before she got blackballed by Hollywood, she was pretty influential and pretty successful. So what we're going to do is ask the cards the question that was posed in that Twitter post. And I'm going to go back to it so you can see exactly what it was, because that is going to be the framework for this question. 1 second. And on the original post, Q Mom asked, has Roseanne Barr been replaced for the movie? Okay. And speculation was she's a replacement. Others thought she is now controlled opposition. And who knows the answer to that? And since it's probably not too pivotal to ongoing operations, can speak out about that. It's going to be the tarot cards. So let's just ask that question. The Roseanne Barr we see currently in the public eye, who is espousing some conservative values, 45 support, and seems to be speaking out against deep state shenanigans. We'd like to know, is this a replacement Roseanne Barr? And other insights and information the universe wants us to know. So let's find out. She's either been replaced, she's controlled opposition, or I haven't thought of a third option. But we're going to find out together what the universe wants us to know. 1 second, I'm going to move a cat. I'm going to try to let you see here. Somebody is sleeping on the tarot table. So I hate to disturb her, but I'm going to move a cat and change the camera so you can watch me work with cards, because I always try to be very, very transparent about the fact that we discover what the universe wants us to know together. So 1 second. Okay, we're asking if the person seen in the public eye currently as Roseanne Barr, who has been photographed with our 45th beloved Mr. T, she had words of support by DC Drano. It's acknowledged that she was for a time blackballed by Hollywood. Is this person a replacement for the original? And then other insights and information the universe wants us to know. Okay, we have the King of Pentacles, Five of Swords, Eight of Wands, Four of Pentacles, King of Cups, the Chariot, and the Devil. What an interesting layout so far. Okay, I'm going to share with you what insights I'm getting from the cards. So far, we haven't got a hard yes about that. It looks more like what they're saying is that she is, at this point, unless something comes up further in the read that makes me say, I'm getting controlled opposition. She is playing a part for the movie. Okay. And I'm going to pull 4 other cards. We're going to see if the universe has a little more information for us on it. Okay, so she is playing a part. Okay, the even the picture that I showed was deliberately filled with symbols to for those of us that are awake, to keep us awake, to have us wondering and worrying, maybe not worrying, but on our toes, so that we don't just accept any particular voice as being 100% trustworthy and not needing some scrutiny. Everybody needs a little scrutiny to make sure they're staying on the straight and narrow, and that their narrative doesn't subtly change over time. Okay, now, so the current card, the situation is King of Pentacles. So she's being well paid, and it hasn't, they're being careful with the what they ask her to do and when they ask her to speak up and out. So she has some controlled opposition going on. King of Cups, he can be tricky, okay? He's kind of very in charge of his emotions, but he can also, to achieve his end, he can be deceiving. He can be. He's not opposed to it. It's interesting. Look, on either side, we have a white heart card and a not white heart card. The Chariot, as events are moving forward, she is playing a part in this movie. And so she's a valuable commodity, not irreplaceable, but valuable. The Devil is just a nod to the fact that there was a need to have her be controlled opposition. This metamorphosis of her from liberal to conservative has happened over time, but it was motivated by some agreements Now, I may change that. Let's see what we got here going on for the last four cards. Queen of Pentacles, again, a nod to the fact that she's being well paid for what she's doing, okay? And she's doing it well, okay? She's even kind of heartfelt about it. So if she's had something of a change of heart, it wasn't all motivated by past actions. It was part of that growth process that all of us are encouraged to do as we gain in wisdom and understanding and know more about the world. This card always shows up when there's some information that's not going to be disclosed for me, okay? So there's more to this story, a little more to this story, but we're getting the vast majority of the information the universe wants to share is at our fingertips here. Okay, we have the Five of Pentacles and Queen of Swords. Again, kind of a nod to the fact that she is playing a part in the movie, and this part was an agreement. She's playing a role for what she's doing, okay? And she has forsaken some of her roots. So yes, she does have that background. She has some ties that I think are more Khazarian mafia than what we would think of as Jewish. And she has moved away from some of those. So, and again, I'm getting that some of this change has been of her own volition and somewhat heartfelt. So let's recap. We looked at a photo of Roseanne Barr that had a lot of symbolism to it. On the one hand, we learned that this was part of a Who Wore It Better kind of humorous type of setup, but the elements in the background and then some of Roseanne's individual personal history led us to wonder this question: has she been replaced for the movie? Because she has, of recent years, shown a conservative bent, a support for Mr. T for calling out the deep state. So we wondered, has she been replaced? Had a change of heart? Controlled opposition? What's going on? Now, what I got from the cards was a combination of something of a change of heart and also controlled opposition. So yeah, she was in the club, and her blackballing of Hollywood to her wasn't, it's still potentially just part of a long game. But over time, as she has grown in her wisdom and understanding of the world, just like we're all encouraged to do, she has moved away from some of those beliefs and associations, which would be troubling to those of us that are patriots and hoping for an end of shenanigan power in the world. So the change of heart thing showed up a little bit with the present situation, the Four of Pentacles, which is kind of about a card of being careful with your resources. So she is not using some of the resources she had in the past. She doesn't have access to them in some cases, and she's also not using them because of that change of heart. Now, looking forward, okay, she's still useful for the cause. She is playing a role to some extent, this conservative, mouthy, humorous lady, so she is to some extent, it's for a reason. Now, the Devil card showed up as one of almost our main insight card here. And that talks about temptation and trickery and just kind of a nod that she has in the past had issues with that. And this shows up in the near future. So again, she's going to kind of still be facing some opportunities to make a wise choice. I hope she does. I do. I always enjoyed her humor. I really did. She is, as she speaks out conservatively, she is playing a role for the Whitehearts. Okay. The Queen of Swords kind of talks again about the swords are written in spoken words, that this is part of an agreement that she is participating in this fashion, and showing the world this conservative side. But again, the cards also indicated that some of this was genuine, as she has, like I said, grown in wisdom and understanding. She has moved away from some things that she embraced when she was young. And couldn't that be said of a lot of us? Okay, even if it's just, nothing too terrible like youthful shoplifting or something like that. We regret it, we move away from it, we say never again. So hopefully that's what's happened here too. So again, the symbolism in that photo was deliberate. It wasn't just humor. It was symbolism. It was reminding patriots to always question even the most trusted sources. Use your discernment, use your logic, use that brain that we were told to just trust and obey for so many years. No, trust sparingly, trust appropriately. And when you need to question something, even if it's from a trusted source, please do. Okay. And that includes me. Okay. I do try to present you as much transparency and truth as I can. I'm human, I'm fallible, I make mistakes, or sometimes I'll have an opinion that doesn't resonate with you. Please, even if you like 90% of what I do, if you don't like that other 10%, you trust your gut. Okay. All right. And if my narrative ever starts to change, okay, telling you not to trust me if my narrative changes, that of someone looking towards a future where humanity is free and our DNA and health is restored and we're allowed to truly work towards being the best human race possible. The fact that I use tarot cards as an intuitive aid only, I don't do traditional channeling, that I'm patriotic, I am a Vietnam era vet, that if my narrative changes, quit tuning into me, because that's the best safety I have from anybody trying to do anything that would harm me. So yeah, and I just can't tell you enough how important it is to listen to information and use your logic and discernment. Always, always. Okay, I'll get off that that soapbox. Okay. That's it for this video. I thank you so much for your time and attention and your patience, because I did get on that soapbox for a while, but it's so important. It's so important. And until next time, I wish you love and light and all things bright.